Hello, the House of Tarot YouTube followers and listeners. Welcome to today's reading. Today we're doing a November message reading about anything the cards want to tell us. We're going to go ahead and get started with our tea leaves, and this could be a very chatty reading as well. I'm feeling something about sharing with each other, collaborating regarding what we're reading lately. If anybody wants to share on the comments what you're reading, what's in your sphere of reality, just content you've been watching, content you've been indulging in. I can say some of mine. I'm reading books about children and Lord of the Flies, as well as consuming content regarding positivity and workouts and protein and things like that. So if you guys want to share something about yourself or what's in your reality at the moment, please do down in the comments. So we have a needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. This could be about putting things back together as well. And I also see this kind of with somebody that possibly had a surgery or a wound, just kind of wounding something, some sort of wound that needs to be put back together. And this could be with some of you yourselves as well. So with that nudge, I'm getting to talk about content or what we're consuming in a positive way. It can also be something that's getting you through this time. Also, somebody that might be going through something that they're trying to piece themselves back together at the moment. Possibly they experienced some sort of event in their life, and it doesn't have to be most recently. It could be within the last even 2 years or time that they're just kind of feeling the effects of that trauma into their life. Kind of they're piecing themselves back together. So this might be a message for you to reach out to somebody. It could be about yourself and having to kind of indulge at the moment in some sort of content or what you're putting into your body. I kind of see something of a distraction happening. So that's what I'm getting with the needle and thread. And I see it kind of like a wound for some reason is the way I'm seeing it. I have a beetle, good fortune. And I feel like once everything's ironed out, I feel like your energy can go towards something that can bring you some sort of tangible fortune, whether it's financial or it's obtaining something of some sort of tangible thing that you're going to be able to hold, touch, something you've been wanting. We also have a rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters, possibly if it's considered too much according to the card. This could be something as an indulgence that possibly some of you or somebody you know, somebody you love has been too concerned in sexual matters, where it's taking over reality of what may be going on in the reality of life. So it could be used as just like a bandage. So I'm seeing some sort of wound healing and something just kind of bandaging something at the moment. And it's only going to last for the moment, and then the wound will always be there. So something you're going to have to really kind of get through. We also have a boat. Money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So some sort of inheritance happening, some sort of money. And this doesn't always have to be financial money. This can also be an inheritance of something that meant a lot to you or can change your life in a substantial way. It could be even just the way you chose to use this inheritance. Let's say somebody even left you just $50, but you chose to really create something special with these $50. You could have just gone to a coffee shop and spent it all there for 1 month of coffee. But I feel like some of you really put this $50 up on a pedestal, and you possibly bought some products to resell, and you accidentally started your first business or something like that. So some sort of inheritance that creates some sort of windfall is also what I'm getting. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take from our herb deck. I'm feeling like teas are in the making for this November, for this end of the year. Some sort of message, some sort of collaboration is also what I'm getting. And we have Tulsi tea. So I know, so it says you are sacred. So Tulsi tea, I know could be used for blood pressure. It can also be used to calm down. It could be used in a healthy way if you need to kind of relax or center yourself. So I'm seeing reflecting on being centered and what kind of teas will help you during the time of being centered. We also have Trillium and the spirit into matter. And we're going to go ahead and read for that card. I did get an intuition from the Tulsi tea. I don't have anything coming in for the Trillium. And let's see what that one could possibly bring about. Let's see how fast I could find it. But oh, I did find it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and read the entire passage, so bear with me. We have Trillium is a rare jewel. Okay, brightening the forest floor, quietly watching the darkness. She's not waiting for ghouls or ghosts. She fears nothing in this dim-lit woods. No, Trillium is waiting on the first fleeting sparks of new life. Come, she says, drawing you deeper into consciousness of the trees. Let's see what shall be born. While she's been waiting, births millennia. Trillium's recently developed her invisibility, quietly blending into leaf, mulch, and fern patches, the dark places where ideas are incubated. On the edge of the abyss of all and nothing, she's ready to ease the transition from spirit to matter. Trillium helps with births. She often sees the first spark when other eyes see darkness. So I'm seeing with that, seeing the first spark where others see darkness, and then the jewels. So something where you can kind of take the positivity out of something, and also how it explained she sees a birth, possibly where you could see the birth of something. So we went to this like business matter, some sort of business, some sort of a birth of a thought, even. It's just something that's very helpful for others or for yourself or for those around you. But we also had the crown. Honor and respect will come to you. So this could be from a transitional point, just something you've been transitioning into, where you're going to gain the people around you that have a lot of admiration, possibly for what you've been going through, what you've been through. We're going to go ahead and see the Knight of Cups. Okay, so something very reflective, even emotionally, something where you've been reflecting on something's kind of stable, stagnant, just reflecting, not acting. And I see it more like an observing things around you, observing your emotions, just observing things and how you may react. I feel like a lot of changes came from this time to some sort of darkness as well that you possibly were getting through, where you just kind of became an observer and you realized something as well for a lot of you. So if some of you might have been going through things where you're wondering why you're not being chosen, and then you're kind of thinking, well, why would I want to be chosen by that person? So I feel like taking a step back and observing the situation really helped for a lot of you out there. We're going to go ahead and take something for your subconscious. We have the Page of Wands, and I see a lot of confidence in your subconscious right now. I see you feeling really good about yourself and really adorning yourself, really loving on yourself, and really having your head really held high into perspective, into the prospect of anything. So again, going back to this inheritance, I feel like someone can give you something very, what somebody might consider minor, like what are you going to do with that? But you could create something large out of it, and it's just a perspective of things and also how you treat things. So I feel like someone could give you $50 and you treat it with a lot of respect because somebody gave you their $50 and you wanted to do something special with it rather than squander it. Although I don't like that word, because maybe you needed to squander it to feel really good. Sometimes it builds a lot of abundance energy within you, but I feel like you had like a lot of use for that small amount financially, just not small amount spiritually or energetically, but something that would be considered small amount that wouldn't go far, but it does go far because of the way you treated it and respected it. Oh, we had the Knight of Swords. So we had the knight that was kind of pondering his feelings. And for our future, I feel like action is coming. Some of you might be able to come out of this kind of pondering and stagnant waters where you kind of are going into action. There's also a warning of kind of just going at the expense of anything. So kind of if you get into that hustle energy where you kind of even forget how you got to a place or how you drove there. So there's kind of a yin and a yang energy. There's kind of a balance that I'm seeing where you might want to slow down a little bit before you finally just take off. It's good to have action. It's good to take off. It's good to start things, do things, and everything in that energy. But it can't also not be at the expense of others. It can't be at the expense of your health. So really considering the overall balance. We're going to take a card for your you placement. Oh, we have the Temperance, something very fair. I feel like you're behaving very fair with those around you, with others. I feel like you create good karma around yourself. There's like a loving energy where you're giving back to others, where your cup is finally very full, or you could give back to those around you. And I feel like it starts with somebody very close to you. So if you have someone that may be struggling, just something that you can see yourself, because possibly you were struggling and you could see the signs of that without imposing, without hurting, without judging, just being there for that person, just being a person to lean on, to hold them, to rub their back, just anything of that sort. And it's something that you might recognize within yourself. So really how it's reflective from the emotional, really keeping your wits about you of how you're a good observer. So I really like that for you this November, especially the time of being thankful and just being in the energy of thankfulness. And we have the Ace of Swords. So new ideas are going to be all around you. Also spiritually, just kind of books are going to be falling from the sky. And I feel like they're just going to be slapping you in the face, like, read me. And some sort of message is going to be on that. You could read an entire book and just one sentence stuck out to you and change your entire world, outlook, everything, just one part of the book, one sentence. And I feel like sometimes that was all you needed, even if you feel like, oh, this is what I was here for, I'm going to put the book down. So, okay. There's going to be possibly where you're wanting to avoid fights, but fights will be inevitable. There will be people around you that aren't happy with you for some reason, talking about you. And I feel like these are people that kind of talk about anybody. They talk about people even at their low points, when people are kind of leaving the earth and on their very last leg, they'll still talk about people. So really paying them no mind, letting them talk, letting them kind of bathe and bask in whatever energy they're creating is really not your problem. But I really do see this as a fear, and just letting go and surrendering to this. Like, I feel like you could be around anybody in November. We are going into this time where we're with family, and maybe family that we're not always comfortable to be around. So this is a time where a lot of toxic feelings come out, and this is just on the internet itself, just the feelings of November and having to see that person that really criticizes you or comments or makes you feel bad. So I feel like this is definitely a fear for the month of November, just having to be around people that you don't fit in with anymore, or your energy doesn't fit in with anymore. There's not high or low, it's just your energy just contracts. It's like two ends of a magnet that just doesn't work any longer. And that's okay. We're gonna take from my Jane Austen deck, because I'm feeling this booky vibe, just somebody out there that wants to share their books, or just something that's going to come about feeling this way. I just went ahead and went with it. So for our Jane Austen deck, we have the 8 of, I believe that's clovers, and that's going to be for our outcome card. I'm going to go ahead and read what it is, and it's the 8 of clubs. So it's clubs, it's not clovers. So the 8 of clubs, and it means movement for this deck. Vines grow rapidly and bloom swiftly now, with nothing standing in their way. And I feel like it's next to our card where he's going full force. You're just going to go towards something fully and attack it and just be done with something, or be open to something. But I feel, again, your outcome will be in the movement sector. So the way energy flows, and it's best to not be stagnant energy, just kind of moving with it, whatever it may be for you, just having to move with something. We're gonna go ahead and take, we have the message for change. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. So a lot of changes, they're going to create something, possibly even for the spring, just really embracing these changes. Nothing in life is forever, and we have no outcome. Just letting go of an outcome is also what I'm hearing. So with that, my dear listener, this concludes our reading for today. This was your reading for November. Please just take what resonates and leave the rest. I do offer readings at the houseoftarot.etsy.com. Pendulums, spells, rituals, just everything. You can find me there. Message me if you need something specific. And with that, I leave you guys. Bye-bye.